Welcome back everyone to the Meticulous Mommy. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the entire year to show you guys how I've done so far. This is my lunar calendar. As you can see, I've just been kind of looking at it, keeping up with it. I love having it. It's been really fun. Here's my ant flow tracker. I'm going to upgrade that as I go. These are just pages that I have in here from before that I showed you and my initial 2018 setup. And as you can see, everything has been going really well. I've been coloring things in, adding little things here and there. As you can see, winter quarter is now over. March is the start of spring quarter. So I'm going ahead and marking all the things that I did do for the winter quarter. All the little tasks and lists that I keep in my procedural little handbook that I made out of a composition planner, or well, composition notebook actually. I just keep that on the side so that I can write down all of this stuff periodically. My social media tracker, here was January, but then I also have all of February here. So this is where it starts. I've got my calendar. I'm just going to go ahead and take all my sticky notes off that I was using to reference certain things and lists that I needed to go through. And I'm just marking off all of the days that I know that are already done. Sometimes I forget to do my initial calendar, but I usually keep up with my weeklies and my dailies pretty good. So as you can see, I'm just taking note that I finished off a lot of different things. I love going through and doing this because it's really nice to see an entire month at a glance. And I'm also going to go through and just kind of write down all of my things that I needed to catch up on. I have most of my stuff in my dailies and I can just, write it down in my trackers. I loved my trackers. I hated some of them. As you can see, I wrote notes for myself so that I knew that I would want and didn't want for my spreads for next time. I loved my weeklies. I think I'm going to keep up with these weeklies because they have helped me so much. I've got my spring preparation where I'm actually writing out all of the different plants that I want to actually plant this year because I have so many really big ideas that I want to really just get through. And plus I wanted to just really kind of focus on homesteading and getting focused on that because I am a really big believer in that. And then, as you can see, I have all of these dailies, and I loved my dailies this month, you guys. I really, really did. As you can see, I didn't finish my Black History Month spread, but I do have extra room so that I can go back and do that, and I feel like it. And I liked all of the spreads I did. I did some boho berry spreads because I had some really busy days, and I just switched it out, and I really liked my dailies, my day a page. It was really fun for me, even 2 days a page. This was, I believe it was Chinese New Year, which is why I have that little fortune cookie in the corner. But I'm loving using my markers and really just exploring my creativity. As you can see, I have really just been exploring and I'm loving it, you guys. This is like the best time in the world to explore. It's when you're just doodling around in your journal. And this is where I stopped, where I'm at my family tree, which is really, really cool for spring because I have a really big family tree. So I'm really trying to delve into that. So I've got my brush markers. I've got a bunch of different kinds of markers, and I'm really just kind of settling on the colors I'm going to use. March is always green for me because it's spring. I really like to start spring off with a lot of green so that it feels really new and really different. From, the dreary cold winter, all the blues and the, grays of the year are gone. And it's really trying to, time to open up and really just explore color. And so I'm starting off with a bunch of different leaf type patterns. That's usually where I start, is I start off with one big element and just go from there. I really have no specific kind of pattern. I really just like to freehand everything. I think the thing that I find the most interesting about bullet journaling is the freedom. I love the freedom to just be able to open up your notebook and look and make notes on what you're about to make notes on. And I love exploring because I was a very firm scrapbooker before this, and so I hated not having a place to use all of my scrap paper. But I realized with bullet journaling you can do the exact same thing. It's a free and open zone where you can really just take different elements and put them together and make them your own. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm taking some of my scrap paper that I got from Michael's. It's those really small ones. I think I got it for like $2.50. Those are usually like the $10 ones, but I think I had like a 60-70% off coupon, and I really loved the paper. And so I figured the best way to really go into spring is to open a window and take in the fresh air. And so I wanted to really bring that to my planner, and I was like, what better way than to really bring that idea to my planner than to add a window? So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just cutting up a few pieces of paper, digging my scissors into the center of a quadruple folded paper, and I'm just cutting a rectangle so that I can really just, kind of dig in and then, make the window holes. I really like this method, but it's really quick and easy, but you can also use like an X-Acto knife and, just cut out some squares, and you can also use a Cricut too, because a lot of people have those and I do not. So I like taking my little things and, just working with what I got, because I'm not going to go and buy a Cricut when I can just cut this out myself. I mean, it's fussy cut, if you will, but, you can also make it as straight as you need to. It's all up to you and how slow you take the time to do it. So I just took this paper that I had, basically just some collaboration paper that I got from Dollar Tree. Dollar General was only $1 for probably 25 sheets, but I could have used it for probably printing on, but I saved it for projects like this, because I love having cloud backgrounds for, when you create stuff like this, or you create an outside scene or something like that. It's really helpful. As a place for me to put clothes. So I just wanted something to, kind of circle around them so that I can remember to add something later. And most likely it'll be a Dr. Seuss quote, and I'm going to add a few different Dr. Seuss elements to this page so you get the color and what exactly as you can see, I'm just using a regular Crayola marker to draw or do my calligraphy, because you don't really need calligraphy pens once you get the concept of calligraphy down. There's a lot of different things that I love adding to my quarter because it really helps me, like the quarter to buys and to dos. There are certain things that I know that I do every single quarter rather than every single month or week, and it's really helpful to just really know what those things are rather than trying to figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing. All of the little elements that I'm adding to this page are just little things that I've learned over the years, just from other wonderful YouTubers, other beautiful pictures that I've seen on Facebook groups, and then there's the Amino app that I'm on also. I just started my own Amino group called Chunky Planners, Books, and something else, I think. It's just started, so I don't really know if it's even going to keep going, but I'm absolutely loving what I see, and so I'm really just adding all of those elements in and using materials that most people don't even think to use. I'm literally just using one of my kids' Crayola markers to do all of the calligraphy that you've seen that has any black marker. It's all just a Crayola marker. So you can use most anything when you're creating. It's not even about using the right tools. It's literally just about using your imagination and working with what you have and being thankful for it. So right now I'm just trying to come up with a design for monthly. I'm not really liking what I've done so far. As you can see, I keep hesitating, and so I'm pretty much going to start a new one here soon. I realized that I wanted to start off with my design first rather than the actual calendar, because when I do that, then the calendar is as small as I want it to be rather than, me having to try to crowd a bunch of different elements around a calendar. So I started off with the truffula trees in the corner, and then I'm just using a gray Crayola marker this time instead, so it softens the picture rather than adding all of the bold black colors that I usually like. It kind of softens off the green that I'm using, and it really makes me a little bit more comfortable with what I'm doing. So as you see, and as I progress, I'm going to get a little bit more creative with it because it's more comfortable for me, and I realize that when I'm comfortable with what I'm drawing, I do it better. Okay everyone, so far this is what I've done. I have done my prepping for March, and I got this wonderful idea from this YouTuber. She is really awesome, and I loved how she did this kind of pre-thought before she actually started, you know, mapping out her pages and doing her design. It really helped me to kind of figure out what I wanted to do for this month. So, as you saw, I was trying to kind of show you guys how I just come up with certain ideas for certain things. This window is now finished, and I love how it turned out. I'm going to put some quotes there so that when I open that I can see something really, really, really fun, you know? Just happy and spring-like. And I love how the clouds are out there. And then this, I just kind of drew inspiration from last quarter when I did... See, I'm in my car, so bear with me, please. I drew inspiration from this first drawing that I did, which I got from another YouTuber, which I don't remember specifically. I think it was the same YouTuber here. I believe she did this design, and I really liked it, so I kind of made it my own, and now I'm kind of going with it. And I really liked how this one came out. This was really, really fun to do, and I really decided I wanted to do kind of a tree theme, but I wanted to do more than that. I wanted to do Dr. Seuss's trees, the truffula trees from his book, The Lorax. I absolutely adore Dr. Seuss. I love his books, and this is kind of my tribute to him, because I love spring, and it's kind of a time to replenish and regrow. So that made me, you know, kind of think of this book. And so I've created this spread yesterday. I started showing you how I did it, and it just progressed into this. I just added some stickers here and there. I, you know, just really kind of went with it. As you saw, I really just don't have any sort of right out style. I just kind of go with it. For my gratitude log, I'm doing a truffula tree forest, and I'm going to color one in each day, and I'm also going to do a line a day, and then there's another truffula tree here. I showed you how I drew the truffula tree, so it was pretty simple from there. And after that, I just did this last night where I did my goals, and I put some really cute rhinestones. I got those from you can get these from Michael's, actually. They also had them at Dollar Tree at one point, but I don't think they have them anymore. And I just created... Sorry guys, my phone's going to be cutting out soon, but I just added a few other elements. I got some stuff from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to be doing a part 2 on my Plan With Me video, probably, since I can't get all of it in there, but I hope you guys enjoyed what I've done so far, and if you have any questions, please leave them down below. And I love you guys bunchies, and please always come back and stay meticulous. Bye.